Hello and welcome to Meet the Beat. Today we will be sharing the dish meatballs with spaghetti and tomato sauce. So let's get started. We start by putting half minced beef, half minced pork into a big bowl, and we add a lot of freshly ground pepper and a lot of salt. And it's important with all of this salt because of the meat. We want the meat to absorb as much liquid as possible, and that is possible when you add a lot of salt. Now we will add 2 whole eggs, and some shredded onions, 2 shredded onions, and 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, minced garlic. We add some jalapeno chili. We want about a teaspoon of that, and don't forget to add 1 teaspoon of cumin as well. Then we add 1 teaspoon of chipotle chili as well, and some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And we add some milk and 5 big tablespoons of flour. Incorporate all of this together into a nice mixture, and you quickly see how this meat dough, if you could call it that, starts to absorb all of the liquid from the milk and the eggs. We add a little bit more milk. Look into the description below to see the exact amounts. And finally, we add a little bit of rosemary, dried rosemary. And now the meat starts to look the way it should. That's just perfect. And we'll continue with forming the meatballs. We've used aluminum foil. You could also use some parchment baking paper. That would actually be preferable, but we only had this. We make quite big meatballs because we want them to be really nice and juicy, and we only cook them in the oven. We don't put them on a pan first. So it's very important to make them quite big so that they end up being nice and juicy. And they need to be cooked for 30 minutes in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius or 392 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we'll make the tomato sauce. So we heat up some olive oil in a pan and we add some chopped onions. And once the onions have started to get nice and golden, we add the garlic. And we add a little bit of butter because that gives a really good taste, and it also makes sure that the onions won't burn completely on the pan. And we add a little bit more of chipotle chili. And as you can see, it's all nice and golden now. So we add the tomato puree. Just give that a good mix. And then pour in 1 can of chopped tomatoes, plus the juice of the can, and 1 can of water. And we just use the same can so that we get all of the stuff in the inside of the tomato can. And we add some apple cider vinegar, or it could be white wine vinegar, whatever you have, but it gives a great taste, so don't forget it. And now the sauce is boiling away, and we add a bit of honey to give it a little bit more sweetness. It just needs to boil a little bit. Now you can see that the meatballs have cooked. They're nice and juicy and a little bit soft, which is perfect. These meatballs are the best. And we'll now sort of put the plate on the plate. We'll put on the food. So we put some freshly cooked spaghetti. We add some tomato sauce and a couple of meatballs per person. And then some freshly ground Parmesan cheese. It's quite important to have this last detail, so don't forget that. And there you have it. Now it's all served and you have a ready-made Italian lovely dish in front of you. Bon appetit! and thank you for watching. We hope you like this video. Please subscribe if you want more videos.